you should be watching.
It's my art!
Hey yo, what's good? Happy New Year and all that good stuff. We're gonna just hop straight into this thing. Demoniacal Fit, from card figure, Super Saiyan Vegito, base hair, all that jazz. It's up for pre-order on 5K Toys if you're interested. Same thing with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. It's actually in stock on 5K Toys, so you could just buy this straight up. And of course, it comes with the Super Saiyan Kid Goku hair sculpt. We'll probably come back to that later in the video. And last but certainly not least, we have the Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Goku from Dragon Ball Heroes, and that is up for pre-order. It's not in stock just yet, but it is up for pre-order. Now, we have Broly. Now, this isn't up for pre-order yet. I'm assuming it'll be up for pre-order relatively soon since we have these promotional images. And I'm sure a lot of people are very interested in this, especially if they missed out on the Beast Deities version of Broly. And, you know, Broly's choosing your wallet to be the first of his victims. I'm assuming this will probably, funny enough, end up releasing around the same time as the Demoniacal Fit, the Beast Deities Broly. Go figure, no pun intended. And it looks, you know, it looks like the original release, you know. This is definitely gonna be a good release. Now the only thing that sucks is if you're a reseller and you're reselling like the old Brolys, if I was y'all, I'd try to get rid of that old Broly as fast as possible, because I'm sure as soon as this comes out, you know, the Broly prices for figures should go down, you know. But at the same time, not really, because people want the authentic thing. They're gonna be like, oh, I don't want that bootleg thing, you know. There's always gonna be a section of people that just don't buy, you know, third-party stuff. But yeah, and all this looks really good. I don't have no complaints. It's what it's supposed to be. It's what they promised a couple years ago, and I'll get to that in another video. But Demoniacal Fit is on a roll. That's what I'll say. And this is pretty much the last of it. You can see the actual production copies and whatnot. So yeah, that looks pretty good. On to the next thing. Beast Star. Now we on to Beast Deities Broly, and it's a little bit to cover with this, but starting off with their Red Bolt Studio update. So the transparent hair and the yellow hair are going to get LED lights that you're going to be able to install, which means they're both going to be transparent now. Now, previously, to my understanding, the yellow hair wasn't going to be transparent. Now, of course, the clear hair or the Ultra Instinct hair was going to be transparent before, but now they just added the LED, so it's not a whole lot to change there. But as you can see, the yellow hair now has the light up feature. Now, this could be very gimmicky for you depending on what you care for. I'm sure a lot of people would prefer like just a regular non-transparent painted version. It is what it is. I'm not sure if they're going to do something with that in terms of, you know, somehow including an extra head sculpt or what have you. But oh yeah, real quick, the reason why this even exists in the first place is because people weren't satisfied with the hair sculpts, the default hair sculpts that the Broly comes with anyways. So they made this kit. So if you cared enough, I guess you would buy this. Now, if you don't really care that much, then don't buy it, right? But here it is with the Ultra Instinct hair light up. I think it looks pretty cool. Ultimately, we're going to have our final determination once the figure is in hand. And here it is lit up again. And now this feature is pretty cool right here. The earring. Now, I'm just going to read to you real quick what they said in the post on 5K Toys Instagram. To achieve a better three-dimensional effects, the earrings for this head sculpt have been designed as separate pieces. This approach significantly enhances the sense of depth compared to an integrated design. All earrings will be assembled on an earring board and packed into a bag to prevent any fall from falling off. Upon receiving the product, simply snap or cut the earrings off the board and manually attach them to the earlobe. So I was wondering how they were going to do this. I thought they were just going to sculpt it on and then just have it be a free moving piece, but no, you assemble it yourself, which I think is fine. And also it seems like you're getting a whole lot of replacement pieces, so if you do lose an earring, worry not, you have plenty to go around. Here it is on the clamshell and the clamshell packaging, so you know it's getting ready to release fairly soon overseas, and then you know we always get it about like a month later over here. And this is right on time because they definitely did say Q1 of 2025, and these DEITIES, I gotta give them credit, they're pretty on schedule when it comes to their releases. Here we have once again the production, a look at the production pieces for the Broly figure. And here the context for this is basically once again just confirming a release date. Jason is basically saying if everything's good feedback from the Chinese release, which they basically act as guinea pigs, which I would feel a way about, like, fuck you mean you gonna test it out on us, and then they get over there overseas, they get the superior product. That'd be tight. But either way, that's neither here nor there. Said if all good, and the US orders will get in a boat and arrive in late February, so the end of next month. Not too long of a wait, but still a little bit of a wait. Now, last but certainly not least, we have something very interesting right here. Basically, what we have here is 5K Toys announcing like a painted version of the Vegeta Jade Rabbit figure. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with this type of a release, simply because, well, one, of course, like, depending on how you look at the shading, it can look dirty. Like, it can make the figure look like he has dirty armor or dusty armor, like he was just, you know, just came out of some rubble or something. But two, so I say that, but just staying on that point real quick. That is to say, it would be nice for the shading or the airbrushing to have some intention, like, you know, in the crevices of the muscles. That makes perfect sense, you know, because that's where it's going to be darker. But, you know, don't just haphazardly paint the figure, even though, you know, I think the painted figure looks infinitely better, right? Now, the second thing I'll say is that this is a bittersweet thing, because there was a point in time where paint was a standard for all action figures, you know? It was always expected to have, you know, shading and paint. Now, over the years, you know, certain people don't care for paint because, you know, it can scratch. But unless you really, like, have your figures up under a microscope, or if you just tossing your figures every which way, that's usually not an issue unless it comes out the packaging that way. And then even then, people really have to usually zoom in order to see something like that, you know? But and then the third thing is, if you guys know about the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Super Action statue line, paint on a figure, that is the standard over there. That's regular. And I mean lots of paint that brings out the sculpt. And a lot of these sculpts that these companies produce, Tamashi, Taunton Art Toys, they would be taken to a whole other level if they did have shading on the muscles and, you know, the scuff marks and things of that nature. It just makes the figure look a lot more premium. So I like that concept, but like I said, kind of bittersweet. That being said, let's move on to the next thing. Black hole sun, won't you come? Watch out for the big girls. Watch out for the big girls. Watch out for the big girls. So here we are. We have a screenshot from my good man Burst ZG's page, and here we have the Banyu Black Hole Toys figure. Now, I know this isn't at the top of everybody's list as a figure that needed to be made, but this is clearly some type of a passion project. Now, with this particular release, I think it's very interesting. Definitely not my first pick for a release, but one thing I will say, for this figure, what do y'all think about the faces? Because that was the caption of this particular post from my good man Burst CG. And I think the faces are fine, but I think they could have been left in the oven for a bit longer to cook a bit better. But I think they're fine, they're passable. I think they could be done a little bit better. I think there's more of a cuteness in that artwork right here to her face rather than these faces here. Well, I guess the yelling and the grit and teeth are fine, but I don't care too much for the neutral faces. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Either way, I think it's cool that we're getting this figure in general. Now the shoulder pads definitely could be refined. I think that whole upper body could be refined. But that being said, let's get to the thing that I think most people will be very excited for. A 3.0 Majin Vegeta, or at least that Blue Saga Fit with Vegeta. But this is most likely going to be Majin Vegeta because that's what Black Hole Toys had in store anyways. This is awesome. You know this is going to be yet another kind of box office release, and I'm not sure if like these are going to be separate pieces for the figure, or and what I mean is like the thighs and the chest piece, or those are just assets and there's going to be like two versions. There's going to be like your standard version and then a battle damage version. I think the battle damage version will definitely sell very well, and of course your standard version that'll sell very well as well, because people love that Blue Saga Fit, and you know, I'm sure people want to pose their Vegeta as Super Saiyan Blue with the Blue Saga Fit, and of course once we start getting the Ultra Ego head sculpts, that'll be definitely a kit bash that people do. But that's it. That's all I have for Black Hole Toys. Black Hole Toys seems to be cooking, but we're gonna have to start seeing some stuff released, especially, you know, I feel like this got to be brought up every so often as some type of ritual to get this to manifest. But that future Gohan, we need that future Gohan, you know. But that being said, let's move on to the next thing. TK Star. Now we have TK DIY with his updated Ultra Instinct head sculpts, which will be for the 3.0 body mold, and the pre-orders are up. Here we have the tongue-tied silvery version, the color transparent pearl, white, and of course you have Ultra Instinct Omen or Ultra Instinct Sign, if you prefer that. And the Ultra Instinct Sign version comes with more faces. It comes with the closed eye face, smirking face, stern face looking forward, and then stern face looking off to the side. These all look very good. TK is up there as one of the better head sculpt producers, and definitely looking forward to this. I think next year will be the year of the Ultra Instinct. I think we'll get this. We have Beast Deities coming out with their Ultra Instinct at some point after the Broly wave. And, well, I said the year of the Ultra Instinct. I'm about to run out of stuff to name. But I'm assuming that if DFC's, Beast Deity and TK with their Ultra Instinct stuff, they'll probably throw their hat into the ring with their 3.0 Ultra Instinct, as that has been a project that was confirmed, and they said they were going to do all confirmed projects, so it wouldn't be too far-fetched for them to drop their Ultra Instinct next year as well. You know, that's just my hunch, though. I don't know that for sure. That being said, links will be in the description, and also, yo, why is it mad loud? Alright, I hope that doesn't pick up. But either way, not even until next time, links will be in the description, and also timestamps will be in the description. I always forget to say that. But on to the next thing. Free animal. Now we are on the Mezco HK page, and this is a bit of a different release, isn't it? Vegeta with the suit. I don't even know where this came from, but a shout out to Boma. I know she's about to go crazy with the toy photography with this particular figure. I don't really know what to make of this release. Like, it's cool because it's just so different, but it's so random at the same time. And here's some of the accessories. Okay, Potara, shades, different sets of hands, Super Saiyan. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. This head sculpt is ugly, but not ugly in the sense that it's done poorly, but ugly in the sense of the stylization. They left this clone. They took this clone out the test tube a little bit too early. But let's look at some more pictures real quick. Right here. Yo, y'all might use that picture for the thumbnail. I ain't gonna lie. Or that one. Nah, definitely that one. That one right there. That might be in the thumbnail. But what do y'all think about this particular release? Are y'all interested in stuff like this? Where we have Dragon Ball characters in different outfits, like that we would never see them in. Not even in like, you know, like Toriyama's drawn these characters in casual clothes before, but you won't quite get something like this. Well, I guess we have seen Vegeta in a suit in Super, but I don't know. This is a very interesting release. It's definitely something different. It could be some people like, who asked for this? I don't know. It's not about who asked for it. It's about who buy it. And it seemed to have gotten a lot of traction, especially on the 5K Toys page. They even asked, how do you like it? So it's very possible that this will go up for pre-order fairly soon if it's not already up for pre-order. I don't think it is. But if it is, I'll put the link in the description. That being said, this like I said, very interesting release. On to the next thing. Hey man, give me some airtime. Okay, real quick, I just wanted to take a quick look at the Air Studio Super Saiyan God hair sculpts or head sculpts, and all three look really good. I think the transparent red is my favorite. Ultimately, this is what it'll come with. Hold on, let me go to the other posts. You'll get this with the kind of rose red. Transparent red, you get the God binding hands. And for the solid red, you get those gesture hands. Same thing as the God binding, but not transparent. But that being said, oh yeah, and they all have different facial expressions. So I guess if you want to, you know, play with it a little bit and interchange them, even though the eyebrows would be different colors to each other, you could, hypothetically. The fact that we're seeing this now, I wouldn't be surprised if 5K Toys gets this relatively soon, because this is, you know, as usual, per usual, stuff that comes out overseas first, and then shortly thereafter, we get it over here in the US. That being said, on to the next thing. Real quick, we have the pearlescent Super Saiyan hair for GT Kid Goku, and now we have the Super Saiyan 2 pearlescent Kid Goku hair. This hair sculpt looks great. I love it. However, I will say I don't think it is the perfect. And here we have, of course, the pale blonde version. I don't think it's perfect. And, you know, before we move on with that, if the pale blonde had some darker yellow shading throughout to bring out the definition of the hair, man, it would be the chef's kiss. Not to say that it isn't already, but you get what I'm saying. Now, I want to go back to my good man Burst's page because he had an interesting post. Now, funny enough, I just talked about the shading on the hair in the previous post, but look at this, the shading on the hair. So, yeah, it looks great right there. With that being said, earlier in the video, I referenced coming back to the Super Saiyan Kid Goku hair. Now, I said it very briefly, so you might have not even noticed. But these two hair sculpts combined, I think, would make the perfect GT Super Saiyan Kid Goku hair. I like the volume from the one from Demoniacal Fit. I like the volume of the hair there. But I like the sculpt of the RE Customs. Combine them two, and I think they would be perfect. Perfect hair sculpt. That being said, let's move on to the last thing, I think. So I thought this segment was going to be the last of this video. Nope, not even close. Still got two more things to go over. But this is SS Studio, and here's the Super Saiyan 3 trunks, and what looks to be like a Super Saiyan God trunks, or maybe that's just the resin or plastic that they're using for this particular photo. But it's really looking like a Super Saiyan God trunks. Either way, with this release, it's interesting. I just think I'm just trunksed out, you know? There's a whole bunch of trunks releases. You got Demoniacal Fit releasing like 4 different trunkses. You have SS Studio with their trunkses. Like, you have plenty of trunks to go around, for sure. Absolutely. I don't have a whole lot of thoughts on this. They look fine enough, you know. Super Saiyan 3 here, I'm sure will be definitely useful for customization. That windswept here, whether it's gonna be Super Saiyan God, excuse me, Super Saiyan God, or that's just the resin that they're using for this point in time, and then it'll end up ultimately being like a base Trunks here. Time will tell the tale, but if you're interested in this, I'll try my best to keep you updated. No word on a pre-order date just yet, but that being said, on to the next one.
Oh, the things that you can think.
Next, we have a kit that kind of went under the radar. They went quiet for a little bit, and then now they reappeared, and they're ready to ship. And we have the Kid Goku head sculpt from Dragon Ball, more possibility. Now, you can't really see what it is right here, but I'm gonna show some images on this one guy's page. He does awesome toy photography. Let's go there real quick. So now we're on Fat Kid Chung's page. Now, that's what he said in his bio, that is pronounced that way, but if you say it too fast, it sounds kind of crazy. Either way, I'm just gonna say Fake It Chung, just for the ease of saying it. Here's what the head sculpt looks up close, and I may use one of these pictures for the thumbnail. Wait. So in advance, you know where I got the picture from. I got it from this page. But yeah, these are the pictures up close, and oh yeah, there goes the one with the shades. This kit looks good, great. But the thing is, you know, with all these Kid Goku head sculpts, or Kid Goku figures that we have, like with each one, Tamachi's made the Kid Goku figure smaller and smaller. So I wonder if we're gonna get an updated version, but we technically are with that 40th anniversary Goku from Tamashi. So ultimately, the hair sculpt looks very well done. I definitely love this face with the shades, and if you're interested in pre-ordering it, go back to the page that I was just on, Hobby Model Store. Plenty of people, well, I can't say a plenty, but two people I've talked to said they've ordered from it. I had no issues. They received their product. Everything was intact. Everything was fine. Everything was authentic. That being said, now we're going to move on to the last thing. Last but not least, we have this printout of a second form cell. Now, the original render was done by this guy, Tom, at Tomactionfigures. The original design, I have a screenshot pop up somewhere. But there's no word on when this is going to be released, or if this is going to be a mass release or what have you. There's not a whole lot of details on it, but it looks like a project that's being worked on, and truth be told, like I said, I'm not sure if there's going to be a project for mass release, or if this person is just embarking upon just something to do for themselves. Although I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being something that's, you know, that you could order. We'll see. Time will tell the tale. And here it is, fully assembled. Pretty cool. And like I said, I'll have like the screenshot at some point pop up on the screen. Now, with all this being said, what a way to kick off the new year. Thank you guys for watching. Indeed, if you still are. And until next time, you're dismissed. Goodbye. Stay fantastic.
One more thing!
Okay, last but not least, just real quick, I figured I'd tell you guys that if you're interested in the Beast Deities Vegeta, BD002 is still in stock. So that's this one with the Super Saiyan hair and the Super Saiyan blue hair. And also, the Red Bolt Studio jacket with, you know, the Omni Godhead is still in stock. And there's a 10% chance to get the black color jacket if you order it. So you get the black color jacket, that means you got the rarer one. That being said, this has been BombasticPlastic as usual. Once again, Happy New Year. Stay fantastic, and I'll see you on the next video.